She cheated death before she even learned to read. At 4, Angelica Hale stared down a silent killer in a hospital room that smelled of bleach and fear. Machines hissed, monitors screamed, and every breath was borrowed from a fate that had already started writing her eulogy. Yet the tiny girl with the outsized grin refused to sign it. Fast forward. Arena spotlights, standing ovations, 2 history-making golden buzzers, a Broadway marquee, and millions of strangers wiping tears they never expected. How did a child who once needed a machine to breathe end up stealing the breath of audiences worldwide? Tonight we trace the impossible arc, one built on blood tests, big notes, and a belief that hope can sing louder than heartbreak. Angelica's story doesn't start on stage. It starts in isolation. One winter morning, what looked like an ordinary cold morphed into double pneumonia. Bacteria flooded her tiny lungs. Sepsis poisoned her blood, and her kidneys waved the white flag. Doctors induced a coma, rigged her to ECMO, the last chance heart-lung bypass, and braced her parents for the worst-case call. 81 days crawled by. Hemodialysis siphoned toxins from her body. Peritoneal dialysis followed at night. Her skin bruised, her weight plummeted, but that stubborn pulse refused to flatline. Finally, a sliver of hope. Her mother, Ava, was a perfect kidney match. In September 2013, surgeons transplanted life itself into Angelica's 4-year-old body. She woke groggy, scarred, and forever changed, but alive. Survival left questions. What happens to a family that watches a child teeter on eternity's ledge? What kind of fire does that light inside a girl who's tasted the void and come back hungry? Angelica's answer was unexpected, pure, and soon unstoppable. She sang. Confined to a ward, Angelica discovered the cheapest medicine in the building, melody. Nurses caught her whispering Whitney Houston between beeps. Doctors found her lips shaping words even while sedated. Her father recorded shaky phone videos. Angelica in hospital gown, IV dangling, eyes shut, voice trembling but fearless. They posted one clip to YouTube. 10 views became 100. 100 turned to thousands. Strangers typed prayers. Some donated to kidney charities. Others simply wrote, "Your voice healed me tonight." When she finally left the ward, Atlanta's humid air felt brand new. Instead of shielding her, her parents pointed her at the mic. Vocal coaches stretched her range. Charity galas gave her first crowds. The US Open semifinal handed her a stadium before she finished elementary school. Each note was a middle finger to the infection that tried to silence her. But the world had only seen the rehearsal. Destiny was waiting on primetime. Season 12, 2017. 9-year-old Angelica steps onto the AGT stage wearing a sunflower yellow dress. The hat practically glows against her brown curls. Judges prepare their polite smiles. Another cute kid, probably a novelty. Then she releases "Rise Up," and polite dies on contact. Simon Cowell blinks like he's seeing a ghost. Mel B mouths, "Wow, so wide you could park a bus." Viewers feel something unfamiliar, a child singing with the scars of an old soul. Judge cuts. Girl on fire. Chris Hardwick slams the golden buzzer, confetti raining like high-voltage snow. Live shows, Zed's Clarity, then David Guetta's Without You, each bigger than the last. Finals, Symphony, and a duet with Kelly Clarkson that church choir lifts an entire arena. She finishes runner-up to a singing ventriloquist, but nobody's debating who grabbed the cultural crown. Entertainment Tonight calls her a force of nature sealed inside a 4th grader. Billboard says she channels pain the way pros twice her age only wish. The applause fades, only to roar back 2 years later. AGT, The Champions 2019. Same franchise, global stakes. Angelica, now 11, eyes sharper, posture taller, chooses Rachel Platten's Fight Song. Howie Mandel doesn't wait for the last chorus. He bashes the golden buzzer like it owes him money. First human in AGT history to earn that honor twice. Her finals performance, impossible, strips every defense. Twitter explodes. Hashtags of disbelief, tears, pride from Filipino and American fans alike. Angelica's not a prodigy anymore. She's a certified closer. She exits the show with a new title, legend in training, the phone won't stop. NFL national anthems in Dallas, Pittsburgh, and Atlanta. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, belted Girl on Fire from a moving float under a 50-foot Snoopy. Canadian arenas cheer her guest slots on the TNT Boys World Tour. Interviewers push the heritage angle, trying to box her as Filipino pride or American miracle. Angelica smiles and answers in fluent humility. I'm both, and I'm grateful. That dual identity becomes a bridge for kids who've never seen themselves on global stages. 11 going on Fearless, she drops her debut single, Feel the Magic. Self-written, self-lived. Synth pop polish, yes, but lyrics carved from pick-line memories. I felt the darkness, but I lit a spark inside. Spotify playlists bite. Apple Music editors feature her on Fresh Fine, an EP follows. Then Holiday Records, Christmas Wonder, Joy to the World. Classics reimagined with gospel choir punch and youth choir warmth. Critics compare her thematic honesty to Olivia Rodrigo, minus the heartbreak drama, plus medical warrior gravitas. Singles like Overcome and No Time to Waste donate streams to the Sepsis Alliance. Art meets activism, and fans discover you can dance while learning CPR facts in the comment section. Music unlocked acting. In 2022's American Reject, Angelica plays Anna, the sunshine that drags a washed-up reality show singer out of despair. Reviews call her scene-stealing. Voice work follows. Disney Junior's Toots. Then lead role in Maya Unstoppable, a cartoon about a problem-solving tween inventor. Angelica nails every emotion using only tone and timing, proof that her gift isn't limited to lung power. 2025, Broadway. Boop. The musical revives Betty Boop for Gen Z, and Angelica's character Trisha becomes the moral compass of the show. 8 performances a week, live vocals, tap dance breaks, grueling for veterans, yet she glows like opening night never ends. Theater Mania crowns her Broadway's new electricity. Spotlight aside, Angelica's truest encore happens in hospital corridors. As the National Kidney Foundation's first kid ambassador, she lobbies Congress. More funding for transplants, easier access to dialysis. She visits pediatric wards, kneeling so her scar matches theirs, singing lullabies over the hiss of oxygen tanks. With the Sepsis Alliance, she films It's About Time, a PSA teaching parents to catch sepsis fast. One mom later writes, "Your video saved my toddler's life." At celebrity galas, she shares stages with David Foster and Celine Dion, but always carves out 90 seconds to remind donors why kidneys matter. Mercy isn't a side project, it's baked into her brand. While TV built Angelica's legend, the internet secured her empire. YouTube, 3.36 million loyalists binge covers, vlogs, and studio sessions. Instagram, 1.5 million witness goofy rehearsals, raw advocacy posts, and vocal warm-up fails. Facebook, nearly 4 million grandparents, nurses, kids, proof her reach crosses generations. TikTok, viral duets, 10-second challenge riffs, and a 35 million view clip of her riffing on a drive-through intercom. Pandemic lockdowns could have muted momentum. Instead, she live-streamed mini concerts from her living room, turned super chats into hospital donations, and even dropped a sister chef series called Haley and Hale Heat Up, blending karaoke with cupcakes. Engagement soared. Merch. Hoodies stamped, Fight, Sing, Believe. Sold out in hours. By late 2024, her net worth eclipses $3 million, a number dwarfed only by the metrics she actually tracks. Lives reached. Angelica Hale is a living remix of everything we admire. Survivor grit, superstar talent, servant heart. She once lay silent under fluorescent lights, organs failing, future fading. Now she commands arenas, Broadway houses, and phone screens in 150 countries, amplifying a message louder than any high C. Your worst day isn't your last chapter. So if you felt goosebumps, smash that like, drop your story in the comments, and hit subscribe, because Angelica's next act is already tuning up, and you won't want to miss the note that changes everything again. The surgeon swore he heard music the instant tiny Angelica's borrowed kidney began to beat. It wasn't a monitor beep or a doctor's shout. It was the faint echo of a note that refused to die. 16 years later, that phantom note has grown into a voice that rockets through arenas and throttles algorithms. But every triumphant high C you hear today is stamped with the date Angelica Hale almost ran out of tomorrows. Stick around, because the miracle you think you know twists deeper than any talent show montage. At 2 years old, Angelica's lungs drowned in a double pneumonia storm, spiraling into full-blown sepsis. Her kidneys blinked off, her heart staggered. Doctors whispered survival odds too small to write down. For 80 nights, her parents memorized the ceiling tiles, bargaining with fate. When dialysis failed, Eva Hale laid her own future on the table and slid into surgery, donating the kidney that jolted her daughter back to life. Recovery was brutal, glacial, but somewhere between the IV poles, Angelica discovered humming. That hum, fragile as a soap bubble, would become her battle cry. And when she finally left the ward, nurses joked they needed earplugs. The kid wouldn't stop singing. Fast forward to 2017. A diminutive figure steps onto the America's Got Talent stage, admits she wants to outshine Whitney Houston, then detonates Andra Day's Rise Up. Judge Chris Hardwick slams the golden buzzer so hard, glitter ricochets into the rafters. Viewers don't just applaud, they Google sepsis survivor girl until servers sweat. Over the season, Angelica flips through genres like Cards, Alicia Keys, Clean Bandit, Zed, and plants herself in the finale next to ventriloquist phenom Darcy Lynn. She takes runner-up, but in raw replay counts, she's the name fans rewatch. Fame could have ended at Farewell Confetti, but Angelica pivoted. She became the youngest kid ambassador for the National Kidney Foundation and the face of Sepsis Alliance's It's About Time campaign, filming PSAs that air during NFL games. Between charity galas, she headlines sold-out tours across Asia, popping on stage in Manila to bilingual screams. Critics predict the usual child star burnout. They're wrong. Her real crisis arrives on a 5-inch screen. By early 2023, Angelica's TikTok boasted 3 million followers and 1 billion loops of her whistle register. Then, poof, account suspended for age misrepresentation. She's 15, inside guidelines, but automated policy bots disagree. Overnight, sponsorships freeze. Instead of ranting, she uploads a calm YouTube explainer and launches a new handle. 90 days later, she clears 100K followers and lands on TikTok's must-watch live banner, a comeback masterclass. The same winter, a family New Year photo featuring 2 giant, 2-balloon sparks rumors she's secretly 22. Memes explode, tabloids recycle clickbait, and Angelica responds with a laughing duet, her birth certificate projected behind her while she belts I'm Every Woman. Studio insiders leak snippets labeled Project A25. Fans dissect waveforms like CIA analysts. Rumor wires insist she's negotiating between 2 labels, one indie, one K-pop backed, while recording a duet with a soul chart crusher. The tweets vanish in NDA smoke, but in June 2024, Angelica surprise drops Phoenix Heart. The self-published single vaults to 8 million Spotify spins in 6 weeks, faster than any Season 12 alum's release. Bloggers dissect lyrics, From Ashes I Borrowed Light, spotting a kidney transplant metaphor. Angelica just retweets a phoenix emoji. NBC touts a new spinoff. America's Got Talent, Fantasy League. Judges draft all-star teams. Fans vote top 40. Angelica's name trends in the preliminary 60, but when the final roster drops, she's missing. Reddit sleuths uncover Broadway casting rumors for a jukebox musical codenamed Dream Again. Producers mumble about scheduling conflicts, and conspiracy threads multiply. Angelica stays silent, then posts a 30-second belting challenge from a rehearsal room covered in show posters just out of frame. The video peaks at 12 million views. Silence louder than confirmation. Tour life means hotel homework and vocal rest alarms. In late 2023, fans notice a 4-week hiatus. Gossip mills claim vocal cord injury. Angelica returns with an Instagram live, nails an F7 whistle, shrugs. Guess rumors can't hit that note. Comments flood with applause emojis and queen behavior hashtags. Behind scenes, her dad has quit corporate finance to manage logistics, while mom Eva runs a foundation connecting pediatric transplant families. Angelica starts weekly mental health streams, normalizing therapy for Gen Z creatives. September 2025 will mark a decade since Eva Hale signed the transplant consent. To celebrate, Angelica announces the 10-year-strong benefit at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Every ticket funds sepsis detection AI research. She teases an unreleased anthem, Borrowed Light, promising to premiere it under Aurora-style stage lights. She closes each promo with the same invitation. I'm here because someone said yes when the odds scream no. If my voice ever lifted you, lift someone else. Crowdfunding spikes. The concert sells out in 43 minutes. Angelica's tale started with a body that should have quit and a voice that simply wouldn't. From hospital halls to global halls of fame, every high note is a reminder that borrowed time can still blaze. So, will you stream Phoenix Heart? Will you vote her into the next wildcard slot? Will you share a sepsis symptom infographic? Because the encore of this story hasn't been sung, and the chorus needs every voice it can get. Stay inspired, stay unbreakable, and if this journey hit you right in the feels, drop a comment telling us whose untold saga we should expose next.